Hey, welcome to the process. My name is Dr. John Bush. This is FFPC Best Ball ADP information, team by team part 4. So you got to catch up with the other parts here. So let's roll. So I'm assuming you understand how we got these numbers, at least as much as I'm going to tell you. And if you've heard the first parts, then previous parts, then you know kind of how I look at things. This is a summary, kind of landscape view of each team. My initial thinking, just to start it out, you've got to have something. I should quit eating popcorn. Got to have something to figure stuff out. So, here we go. Philadelphia, quarterback. What can I say? Hurts is probably the number 2. He was a really, nice play last year. I really was all over him. He was my number 1 quarterback for games above median data that I published last year. You can check that out. I hadn't got around to that data this year, so I don't know how he will look this year, but I'm assuming it's probably really good. Public thinks so, 99.4, so he's number 2 behind Mahomes. And lo and behold, the public says A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith are 2 WR1s. So they would definitely be what I would expect to be out there at their price. Maybe Smith drops a little, but I doubt it. And Watkins is about a 7 out there. He might be worth a D play, maybe. Goddard's one of the top tight end 1 types, but he's below the elite levels. Okay, probably around Pitts' level, so he won't be Kelsey, Andrews, probably Hawkinson, Pitts, then Goddard. So public says they're happy with Goddard. He'll be a tight end 1 type. So Hurts has the value, and of course a lot of that, or some of that, is rushing. But still, if you look back when I talked about Miami, Tua had an 80, yet it had Waddle and Hill that were comparable numbers here to Brown and Smith. So there's this concept of you have the strength of a quarterback. How does that play to the wide receivers here? This would make more sense than the Tua issue and some of the other issue here. And I don't have the data to say definitively for sure, because I hadn't got that. Hopefully we'll get that this year, but I may not, I'm assuming nobody else is going to get that as well. If they do, it'll be weak ass done. So Goddard seems fine at the price. I will probably not grab a lot of Goddard. If he does slip down the board, I could take him, but I doubt it. Okay. So my build is probably elite tight end, top 1, 2, 3, or I'm probably going down below Goddard and probably grabbing 3 tight ends to stream and make things happen on a weekly level to compensate for not having a top tight end. Rushing, Swift is an RB2. He's definitely a 0 RB candidate. Penny is a 69, so that's kind of interesting. And Gainwell and the other 2, Scott and Sherman, are also on the radar. So really, I'm not sure the public knows the 2 or knows the 3, 4. They're a little confused there. I mean, they're rating Penny over Gainwell, but Penny hadn't worked with this team yet. So I would probably not buy Penny at price, but Gainwell be looking to try to grab him below price, certainly. And out the door, the last RB, my 878, might be Scott. Or that seems like a roll of the dice, but that's okay. Swift, you're probably getting him if you're doing 0 RB. You're probably not if you're taking a strong RB1 type, then, you may not get a chance to grab him. He would be a good pairing if you were doing a strong RB build, but probably not doing that. Everything looks fine. I'm not sure where the bargains are other than some of the deep RBs here, maybe Watkins deep WRs, but I'm not enamored with any of these. In other words, if something else happened, I'm not disappointed if I miss out on any of these folks here. I think you're going to find Brown Smith at value, Goddard at value, Swift and Hurts are all going to be value. I'm not saying that's what their value is, but this is what the public's going to give us. Gainwell might be of interest. I think Hurts is okay. Goddard, I'm a little worried about him, but depends on how far he drops. I would watch for him. Okay, let's move on. Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett, 61. He's a QB 2-3 type. So having Deontay Johnson and George Pickens and Allen Robinson right there, so it looks like a WR 3, and about a 6 there. That makes more sense given Pickett's value. I think I would, if I took any of these, I would want to take Johnson below value and Pickens below. I mean, right, you don't want to, I would not pay full value for either one of those. Allen Robinson, y'all can have him. I'm not taking him even at a bargain. Freiermuth, 78. Personally, I think that is low. So this is my personal opinion. Some metrics I looked at. Freiermuth's had a nice 2 seasons. This is, I think, his 3rd year. And he has delivered the goods relative to value. And I think he has an opportunity to be a tight end 1, maybe 5th best, 6th, kind of. So he definitely on my radar as one of my streamers if I don't get an elite tight end. Or if he drops far enough, I'll pair him with the Kelsey, the Andrews, the Hockenson, and be extremely happy in a tight end premium. So I'm looking at him. I don't know about Washington. I'll let y'all play him. Harris is 90. He could be a 0 RB. Not sure he's going to be around. Jalen, half that value. That makes sense as a handcuff. If he drops far enough, he may be worth a stab as a RB6 type. It's okay. I'm not complaining if we grab him. So I think Freiermuth is of interest. Warren maybe, and Pickens or Johnson below value. That's pretty much. Pickens I'm not looking to get at all, but I'll let others grab him. Seattle. Geno was quite the revelation last year. He's definitely QB2, maybe fringe 1. I don't know. But yet, supposedly he can support a 1-2-3, 2-3 type. So the trouble is public can't figure out between Lockett and JSN, who's the number 2. So I think Lockett or JSN probably below value, worth a stab. I doubt you'll get Metcalf below value. If you do, okay, great. Noah Fant could be a tight end 2. and might be something I'm interested in as my 3. I would take him as a 3. Walker maybe is a little overvalued at 91. I think he's a solid RB2. I'm not sure he's a 1. His rookie year wasn't, my metrics show he didn't hit the benchmark that I want for a rookie, but he's that next level below. Zach Charbonnet, 74. I think I'd wait on him and get value. McIntosh, I think I'll pass on everybody. I guess if Walker drops, I would take him. Smith would be somebody I would take in a streamer pair. You know, somebody like Rodgers, Tua, Smith. I could see you backing those guys up, you know, as a, you know, that makes sense in a streaming situation. And like I said, Lockett or JSN, yeah, below value. I'm interested. I'm in. And Fant is a 3. I'm interested. San Francisco, Brock Purdy or Lance, nobody knows. So until that's decided, you can't take either. So I wouldn't worry. Yet, the public says, well, we're not going to worry about who gets it because we think Debo and Ayuk are a 2-3 type. I'll take either one of those below value. Either one. In fact, I just grabbed both in a best ball league, so I covered whatever. Kittle, 89. He's probably the 5th tight end, 6th tight end. I think I would rather have Freiermuth than Kittle at value. If Kittle drops to 7 or 8 tight end, I'm mildly interested. Christian McCaffrey, is he the best? He can be. He's defied everything. He is off the chart last year. He did something, I don't know if it's ever been done. Come back that much. Maybe he has found the sweet spot. I guess if I'm going strong RB build, then he would be okay. He's not going to drop in value. Mitchell might be the play there as your 4. Just in case. I'm not sure I'd take anybody. So Mitchell may be the play. Kittle, I think I'll let drop. Samuel and Ayuk below value. That's kind of how I would view San Francisco right now. Who's next? Tampa Bay. Mayfield. I don't know what they're doing in Tampa Bay. Caden Otten, given Mayfield, I'll pass. Godwin, Evans, basically WR 2-3 types. Public can't figure out who's the one. Gage, I guess, is the play out the door. The 20th pick, maybe. I just don't know what kind of quarterback we're going to get. This just seems like, on the face of it, just seems like a train wreck this year. And I don't know what, are they deliberately not putting all their eggs in the basket? I don't know. Rashad White, an 80. He's definitely 0 RB. I wouldn't want him at value, but below. Chase Edmonds is who I'm interested in late. Even Vaughn and Laird could be my RB8. That could be fine if that's how my build is going in best ball. Edmonds, yeah, I'm taking him late. I think he'll drop. He'll be free, I think he'll be free. So I'll take him free. Godwin and Evans, they drop to a 3-4 place. Engage, I guess, maybe. But nothing's really firing me up here in this team. to where it's like, oh, I'm targeting any of those. The only one I would be targeting would be Edmonds late. Tennessee, Tannehill and Levis. Tannehill's worth more than 31, folks. He's definitely a QB 2-3 type. So I think is the idea if he don't produce early, they throw him away and tank the season. Tannehill would be somebody I'd pair as my third tight QB. In other words, milk what I can out on a few early good games and then assume he's not there for the end. Henry looks like it's all about running. Spears, I don't know. Haskins probably late out the board, 20th pick. Spears, I'll pass. Henry, he's not going to fall to where I would get interested in him. If I'm building and I could pair him with somebody else or something, okay, I'd take Henry and somebody else. Henry's probably worth an RB1 play. It's just, I always want value. Chiggy is intriguing. He could be better than 74. So I would probably, if I needed a streaming pair of tight ends, I would take him as one of my pair. He wouldn't be my one, but he would definitely be paired right there, 9th, 10th round. I don't know where he's going, but I'm interested. Whittle, I'm not interested. Burks, 76. Phillips, NWI, no. Burks, if he's a 4, that can be a 3, okay. You can force me to take him if you'll let him drop to a 4 level. It just looks like it's going to be short passing with Burks and Chiggy and Henry, run. And they'll manage the game with Tannehill. So I'm not over enamored with any of these plays. You definitely want value if you invest heavily in Tennessee. Washington, last team here. How Brissett? Look, Brissett is worth more than a 7.5. He would be a good QB3 if you had strong QB1 and 2. Howell, I'll pass, but Brissett could be your third, and he could surprise later in the season. Logan Thomas, I think I've had enough of him, but he'll have his weeks if he can stay healthy. Scary Terry is a 2-3. Dodson's a 3-4. Samuel 5-6 by the public. I'll take any one of those at below value. I'll take them one level below. I'll take all of them below. Okay, I'm not sure I'd take more than one, but I would be looking to take all those if they came up near my queue. I would definitely consider them. That's fine. The rushing Robinson and Gibson, the public can't figure out who to play. There's certainly RB3 types. I guess whichever one drops, you take that as a 4 and run with it. That'd be how I'd play it. I like Gibson better than just his. He was just a lot more steady. So he might be worth a 65. But I'm looking for value. Okay, that's my look at current ADP best ball team by team. Probably in another month, maybe I'll do this again. We'll see in June, late June, where we're at. I'll do this again. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm probably circling back around to my ADP position, whole suite of data from 2015 to last year, and try to look at the landscape of ADP across multiple seasons for our reference class forecast. It'll all be good stuff. Okay, thanks for listening. Dr. Bush, scienceoffantasyfootball.com. Come hang out.